I guess that's what you need to start looking at. And one of the biggest things that has come out over the last 10 to 15 years in this matter is, I think, how online creators, especially like if you see all these YouTubers starting to build their own. I don't know if you watch any like YouTubers. Do you? Just
I
asking.
no, not a lot.
So just I like in my case, I do watch a lot of YouTube, and I've like watched a lot of like different kinds of YouTubers come up and become like really big in their with their names, and come up in mainstream and become bigger there. So the funny thing here is like if you just take like people like Sidemen is some relatively still like 6 years now, 6 years old or something, 6 or 7 years old. It's a group of seven guys who kind of it's like a group of best friends, right? They're just having fun in their videos. They started out gaming with each other, playing GBA a lot, and they ended up becoming like started doing videos where they went outside, met with each other. They used to play a lot of football with each other because they are British. They have a lot of British humor. So they started building that kind of a brand of like, we are just a group of seven people who love having fun, and we are just like, what, we don't care. We'll banter amongst each other, and we can pull each other's legs. It doesn't matter because we are best friends, and that's what best friends do. And they started building a community around like their personalities as well, right? Like each and every one is different in their own way, but they are also very similar in many ways, right? It's that friendship and that bond that brings people to them, and because of that, they started like selling merchandise of their own, and having people like proud to call themselves like, oh, we are part of the Sidemen, or I am a Sideman, or I'm or like it and Sideman in Britain used to be like a bad connotation, like you're just like lackey for someone, and they just made it into like that word completely changed its meaning in that country just because of these seven people,
That's big.
right? And that's crazy to think about today. Like if you talk about Sidemen over there, people know what you're talking. Like people know it's like a group of these British YouTubers. Similarly, like if you think about PewDiePie or Markiplier, like Markiplier is such an amazing person to build a brand around his own personality, where he started out YouTube because he was down in the dumps because he had a tumor. He was under he was in a very bad relationship at the time. He was studying something he didn't want to study or wasn't happy studying, and he didn't know what he should do. He was in a very like bad time in his life, and he started out his YouTube just to like have an outlet. And he from his time having like that tumor in his, I think it was in his brain or something, to realizing that he wanted to give back to those kind of people, he
It's a
started
bit
doing a lot of.
sensitive, but I could totally a bit insensitive, but I could totally imagine someone asking, "Where's my tumor?" Cranberry suddenly going like, "In your head,
Eh,
in your head." Yeah. Okay.
uh,
Wow,
yeah,
that
no,
was
I mean, so his whole brand is like being sarcastic and funny and all that. But the
oh
thing is,
glad. Sick.
he built a community around giving. Like he
Hmm.
started doing like charity streams where he raised like lots of money, like $100,000 at times, and just to give to charity. And that kind of built a group of people, like wanting to do something more and be and he did it out of like he started with gaming, and now he does a lot of more creative stuff. Again, you will see a pattern with me talking about a lot of gaming YouTubers, because again, I like that kind of
That's what
content.
happens, right? When you have a really engaged
Yeah,
customer, they'll just keep finding a way to bring that into any
yeah.
and every conversation.
So I think that's the whole point, right? Like these online creators have built communities around their own personalities and their love and likes and dislikes, and through that they've also made a lot of money by selling their own merchandise, kind of thing. So in a way, they kind of hit the nail on the head with like digital community building. Because
Yeah.
even though they did it unintentionally or not realizing in the beginning, now people have understood what they are doing and kind of try to like emulate that. But the original like people who came into this era, like just trying to do whatever they could do or be themselves, connected with people in such a deep level and such a human level that it built something more than just a brand for themselves. It built like a group of people who loved what these people do and had similar like thoughts, or they were similar in many ways and could relate to these kind of people. So it ended up building its own like base where they started talking to each other. There are people within these communities who've gotten married to each other. Like these fans, like they go to their shows and tell these kind of YouTubers that it's because of you that we've met. Like how big is that? You've made that much of an impact on someone's life that they met their loved one just because they followed this one particular YouTuber. Like that's crazy to think about, right? Hello.
True, I agree that is
Oh,
very
for a moment you
powerful.
were quiet, so I was like, did I lose you?
No, man, I was just giving you a space. I mean, you seem to really be passionate about what you're talking, and I think that's the beauty of it, right? You
I
really
think I
find
spoke
one
for a
thing.
very long time about that because I think
Yeah,
it's just something in my head.
I just made my lunch in the. You didn't
Yeah.
even notice I was gone.
I think I
I'm
was just
having a
continuously
parfait for
speaking and
lunch.
speaking and speaking. I think I need to be quiet now, and you need to speak.
Nah,
You
nah, man.
see,
No, no, no. I'm pretty much. I said what I had to say. I think we've given a little
pardon.
bit of insight into what communities are, why the Sheeples started as a
Yeah,
community, and how marketers can really benefit from communities. And
yeah.
I don't say this from as a marketer, but I say this as a customer because I know for a fact that I would have so many more meaning on digital if I was part of
Mm-hmm.
communities that I was really passionate about. So
Mm-hmm.
I think it's a win-win if we can get this community thing to go forward. And to be very
Hey,
honest,
but one thing
yeah,
before we move to anything else, I just wanted to ask you about you. You've not spoken about any community you've been involved, and I want to hear about any like one at least one community you have been.
yeah. So as everyone knows, I'm big time into fragrances. I want to learn how to have my own fragrance label someday. I've taught myself to create fragrances,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm part of this online community called Base Notes. And it's just a bunch of people who are extremely enthusiastic about fragrance. I mean, at the end of it seems weird. It's just scented water in a bottle. But there are thousands of people. It's a very small community. It's a niche for
uh,
but it's a bunch of people that are really intrigued, that are really curious, that are really passionate. And you have threads that talk about scent of the day and what I bought today and videos, and you have a bunch of reviewers out there who are unboxing stuff. And I mean, it's difficult, but they do a really good job at describing smells over video. And you'd think that it's impossible, but they paint a good picture. And this is the community where you had people who started off as enthusiasts, and some of them even went on to have their own labels. Um, and in a very short amount of time have become creators, not just content creators, but also.
so will we
And
ever get a label?
sorry, could you say that again?
Will we ever get a label from you? Like
Oh, dude,
just
one
some
hundred
scented
percent.
water.
That's always in the plan. That gives me motivation to wake.
Give me some of that oud.
Yeah, oud, oud de parfum.
Oud.
Uh, oh
uh,
man, I think these are the things that really keep us going.
mm.
Especially when you have such a freaking hot summer. Like I am
we be
melting.
smelling, we be smelling oil.
Uh,
I'm glad this.
yeah,
Like I don't think you would appreciate it. Mm. Actually, no, you know what? I don't smell bad. I'm kind of putting myself down here. I'm not. I don't.
yeah,
I'm
but good
fine.
for you. We don't have those technologies yet.
I had a bath.
Wow,
I
I
hope
mean,
you did. I hope
if
you did,
you
Z.
were in Thailand, that could have meant.
Pardon? Your voice got
If
cut
you were from Thailand, that would have meant something else. Like I had a
off.
bath.
Yes.
One Thai bath.
One Thai bath.
Yeah.
Oh my
Okay,
god.
Sheeples, I think we've had a
Yeah,
a nice
we've
informative
had a
session.
nice discussion here. Yeah.
Yeah, we thought this would be like all light and fun.
Uh, your voice just light and fur.
Oh, I mean light
Light
and
and
fun.
fur.
I mean,
We are back
obviously I
to
want,
Thailand. We are back to Thai food. Huh? Fur.
yeah, Thai fur.
Thai fur.
Fur.
Okay, I think
Ah,
we aren't ending this.
yeah, I know, right? Like, I think we need like, hey, that's it
uh,
for me. This is me signing
no,
out.
no.
But we had a
But
good
yeah,
one,
yeah,
pretty
yeah.
informative. We're gonna start writing posts for Sheeples. I think there are a lot of people out there who want to know what the podcasts are in a concise manner,
Yeah.
and I can understand that you want to go through a few words before you invest a full hour. If you're on LinkedIn, very soon we'll be having our own page. You can check it out. I mean, if you like those articles,
And I think we are posting, like we are already posting quite a few blog articles every time like a
yeah,
pod comes out. We have an article accompanying it, but we are also planning to put out like some articles on LinkedIn and hopefully like give a bit more of a deep dive into our. Actually, yeah, because this is not only this is all of our world, right? Like this is, I think that's what we want to build, and this is what we were talking about today, is that having our community, having our tribe, and hopefully you sheeples will continue being a part of it, and rather, you know what, we can grow people, uh,
yeah.
like, join in on this kind of like a bond that we have. Hopefully our bonds will get stronger over time, right?
Oh,
So
bonds are gonna be stronger. Wow, that has
James Bond
a
syndrome.
romantic vibe to it, but okay.
Yeah. No,
Not
I'd
very
rather think about
November.
James Bond. Brat, brat. Anyway,
Broke Bond much. Okay.
we've cringed ourselves out enough.
A lot. Okay, so we're gonna see you next time.
Yeah, see
This
you
is
guys
me
next
signing
time.
out.
And this is a sheeple signing out for today.
Okay, Sheeple.
So, see
Bye.
you guys. Bye.
Yeah. No, see ya, Sheeple, not guys.
Oh,
From
right,
Sheeple to
sorry.
Sheeple.
See you sheeples from another sheep.
From another Sheeple.
This thing I need to start getting.
Take care, stay safe.
You guys stay safe. Oh wow, you sheeples stay safe. My God, learn.
Not gonna get accustomed to that anytime soon.
I think we need to end this. We've said bye enough times.
Okay.
See ya. See ya.
Okay.